Hey everyone, welcome to my Clever Creations Live on this Thursday, April 10th. Oh my gosh, I should know that. It's my oldest son's birthday today. I won't say how old he is because that gives an indication to how old I am, but that's okay. Anyway, happy birthday to my oldest son of four. I have four of those wonderful boys. So anyway, welcome to my Clever Creations Live. I'm happy to be here. Hey, Mary, how are you? Thanks for popping on. And Lisa, I see right away. I'm going to refresh my tablet here. Whoops, did the wrong thing. Discard that. Let's just refresh and get me live on here. Lisa, I'm excited that you are off work tomorrow. Yay, getting ready for your big event on Saturday. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for popping in here. We'll get started in just a minute. We'll see if we get a few others. What a gray, dreary, cold, ugly April day it was today. It was rainy here and cold, and hey Janine, I had to go out at 2:30ish to pick up the girls from school, and I didn't even want to leave my house. I was all nice and cozy and whatever, and boy, I did not want to go out. Hey Linda, thanks you guys for popping on here. I always appreciate seeing so many of my familiars, and maybe we'll get some that we've never had on here before. So I welcome everybody. Oh, a bad storm come through. Oh, yikes. I hope everything's okay, Mary. You're in an area. Yeah. Frank's son and daughter-in-law used to live in Tennessee, and they were in Clarksville. He was in the military. They were in the Clarksville area. And yeah, we always worried when those storms came through that area. So, hey, Connie and Miss Julie. Oh, my goodness. Yay, yay, yay. So, we'll get started here, I guess. We'll just do a little bit of chatting. Going to have some fun with some of the new in colors. After I said that, I thought, oh, gosh, I should be playing with the colors that are leaving us, but I can always do that in another video because we've got a little bit of time before they're leaving us. But I was just so excited to play with the new in colors that I thought we're just going to break them out. I've seen a lot of other people bringing them out, and I hadn't done anything with them yet. So we're gonna have a play with those. But before I do that, I want to make a couple of announcements and reminders. So as I've mentioned many times, and it is on my group, it's pinned up in the feature section, is the Creative Stamping Collective that I'm one of the demonstrators with. And we have this month is our Beautiful Butterflies PDF tutorial. And there's two ways that you can get that. If you place a $60 order with me, hey Pat, you will get the PDF tutorial link sent to you. They're all on YouTube, all 12 of our videos. And then you can also get the PDFs, print those, or just look at those to follow for measurements and all those things. So that's available. Like I said, that's pinned in the favorites of my Clever Creations group. New catalogs. I have the catalogs. I was hoping to get them out this week. I've really committed to a lot of different things, some different groups. I recently got asked to join another demonstrator group, and I jumped at the opportunity to do that. So I'm trying not to overextend myself and work out a better schedule. But anyway, my catalogs are not ready to go out in the mail yet, but I will get those to my people who have asked for one. And if you have not asked for one yet, but want a catalog, please comment or send me a private message. I have a list, and I will get those out soon. Just a quickie. Thank you for everyone who participated in my little color challenge that I just had. I put that Snoopy picture I thought was real cute with all the little violets and things, and I asked people to post a card. So everyone that did is just going to get a little something from me. just as a little thank you for participating and supporting me. So that'll be going out very soon, but thank you for that. So every now and again, I like to do that. I throw out a random, create something, show me whatever, using either some colors or a design or just something. And then I like to send you a little surprise for participating. So those are going out. A quick note, Lisa Bailey and myself are teaming up again. We are going to be doing like a catalog premiere, open house, showing off all the new in colors and a lot of the new products that we have. That is going to be on Sunday, May 18th at the Hammondsport Library. More details will be forthcoming. Lisa and I are in the planning stages of that, so I don't have a lot of information from you, but if you live in the area, mark your calendars, save the date. Sunday, May 18th is going to be our open house catalog premiere. So that's going to be fun. I'm sure we're going to come up with some awesome things for you for that. Another little reminder, I got a lot of announcements tonight. Another little reminder, Stampin' Up! Is going to a new rewards program for anybody who orders. So whether you are a demonstrator or you are a customer, starting April 15th, I believe it is, tax day, we are starting a new program where any order that you place of $20 and more, you are going to earn 10% in Stampin' Rewards. And how that will work, you'll get the rewards. I think you get an email or something sent to you telling you you've earned these rewards. They can be used on a future order. Yay, Pat. Awesome. Isn't that catalog amazing? So you can earn rewards and they can be accumulated. There will be expirations, but I believe it's like a really lengthy period of time before your rewards will expire. So anyway, that's super exciting, especially for customer. I mean, it's great for everybody, but I'm excited for my customers because now when you place any amount of an order over $20, you're going to earn these rewards and you can save them up and use them on a future order. So more will be coming on that, but I believe that takes effect starting next week, the 15th. One last thing is just a reminder about subscribing to Paper Pumpkin. I've put the link in my group. I think I did it yesterday again. And also not to forget about Kits Collections. That is not a subscription. Kits Collections are just kits of awesome cards and different things. And some of them are home decor. And there's a gorgeous new bouquet of flowers that you can get. So just really fun stuff in our kits collection. So I just want you to always remember those, especially great for people who maybe don't have a lot of supplies because they come with everything you need in the box. So whether it's Paper Pumpkin or kits. Awesome, awesome. Oh, Cheryl, we would love to have you come. In fact, Lisa and I should have a conversation with you on Sunday. We're going to see you. Something just popped in my head. So we'll chat with you on Sunday. All right. I am going to get you turned down to the table because I'm super excited to play with these new in colors. So just a second here. Hang on. Don't get dizzy. Shut your eyes if you need to. I'm going to switch you down. Okay. See how well we can do. Lori can do this. And we're going to zoom just a little bit. We're going to shift a little over here. I don't want to go too far because there we go. We'll shift the camera as well. There we go. Sorry, hang on to your hats, people. Okay, so you are seeing our beautiful 5 new colors. We have Cloud Cover, which again, they're kind of hard to see the real true colors on camera. But Cloud Cover is like a very light blue with a gray tone with it. It's very, very pretty. I love it. This is called Darling Duckling. It's a really nice yellow. There have been a lot of people have been doing color comparisons with our other colors such as Lemon Lolly and Daffodil Delight. Very different, but it's a nice yellow. I like it a lot. This is Strawberry Slush. This is a returning color. This was with us a long time ago, and it has come back. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Barb. This has come back. It's just a very nice pinky color. like it. This is Timid Tiger, and what I really liked about this is, to me, is a genuine orange color. I love pumpkin pie, but I like this because it's more orange, not real pumpkin-y, deepy. It's just orange. I love it. And this is called Secret Sea. And this is a color that has a lot of people going, what is that? It looks sort of black, doesn't it? But when you see it in person, it is a very, very deep bluish black. And depending on what you put it with, it might even bring out a very dark green tone to it. But it's very different than Night of Navy. So just super different colors. Love them. Fabulous. Now, at this point in time, because it's only pre-order time, I do not have the matching ribbons or the Stampin' Blends. I do have the Stampin' Write markers, which I forgot to pull out, and I don't know where they are rated. Oh, here they are. I stuck them up here. So I do have the Stampin' Write markers. You're not going to find these in the annual catalog. These are going to be an online exclusive item, but you can get them in the 5 colors for $25.27. So this is a fun thing to have, are your markers, but the blends are not available yet for ordering, or the ribbon. Now, when you look down here, I just showed you 5 colors, but you're only seeing 4 ink pads. That's because Cloud Cover, which is that bluish gray color, Stampin' Up! Had a little issue with that, and they like everything to be just right. They don't want to give us products that they are not 100% happy with. And apparently after, I got to twist this just a little bit, it looks crooked on my screen. After they did some testing with the color and it dried, they weren't thrilled. Whoops, looks like I did it the wrong way. So let me go this way. See if that helps. Looks like I twisted it the wrong way. I'm kind of like wonky on the screen. Oh, there we go. Yep, that's better. So anyway, they weren't happy with the Cloud Cover, and they are working on that. And hopefully we will have that color in the near future. So in the meantime, we've got our 4 ink pads: Darling Duckling, Secret Sea, Timid Tiger, and Strawberry Slush. Now, for some of you that might kind of be new to our ink pads, when you get your ink pad, it's going to be shrink wrapped in this nice cello wrapping. And of course, you want to take that off of there. I already did the other 3 colors, but I saved this one to do with you in case we have some people that have never done this before. If you flip over your ink pad, and maybe there's people who have ink pads and didn't realize this, there are little labels that you can put on your ink pad. And 2 of them are going to be your color in English, and then there are 2 that are in other languages. And then down here, there's just 1 that does not have any writing on it. But what you can do, what I like to do is I peel up this whole thing. Let me get that one down there. So I'm going to peel up this. I don't know why. I just always peel it off. And then I've got my 4 color, or my labels here with the colors. So I'm going to take the one that says Strawberry Slush, and then on the front, which is the section where your thumbnail or whatever goes to lift up the front of your ink pad, I'm going to put my Strawberry Slush label right there. Because when I put these in front of me, you always want to store your ink pads laying down with this up. This is the top. You want this up. And I have Secret Sea on my finger, and I could not get it off before my video. So you always want to store your pads like this. And so mine, the front is facing me here. Now, I'm going to take this other one that says Strawberry Slush. Hey, Jean. Yes, in the Cloud Cover. Yes, Cheryl, exactly. Good point. The Cloud Cover is in your Stampin' Write markers. So if you were to get the markers and we don't have the ink pad yet, you can use this to do some coloring, or you can color on your stamp itself and stamp off with your Cloud Cover. So yes, excellent point. Thank you, Cheryl. So now I've got my Strawberry Slush label. Now this is a personal preference, but you'll see in the front here of when you open up your ink pad, there's this little divot, little area here, and I'm going to pop that label right down inside there. So when I open up my ink pad, if I've got multiple pinky red ink pads laying here, I'm going to know this is Strawberry Slush. Now you still have 3 more. You have your blank one, and you have 2 of these with other languages on there. You can just leave them there. I do see some people who take a label and they put it on the side. I have done it before. I followed somebody doing that, and then I thought, well, it doesn't really, you know, impact me a whole lot. So I just do it here, and I do it again inside right there. But there's 5 labels for you to decide how much you want to label your ink pads. Oh, I've always done my inside, Cheryl, because like I said, when you've got that pad open, and especially at a class or something, and people are doing stamping, and they might not be, at least they can see what the name of the ink is, and hopefully not sticking the wrong stamp, re-inking and messing up your colors. So that's just me. I like to do it that way. So here are the beautiful 4 out of the 5 colors. Hopefully we get them soon. I also have the In Color embellishments. These are called In Color Flat Pearls. They are so pretty. And what I especially love, I've brought this up before, I love the more flat embellishments. I'm not a big fan of the real high raised, some of the pearls and some of the glimmery things that are super high raised, because they're just difficult for sending packages. They're very beautiful. I prefer the flatter. These are flat. So they're in all 5 colors, very shimmery, very pretty pearls. So we'll have a little play with those tonight as well. All right, so what we're going to do for my simple stamping, so to speak, is when I went to On Stage, we had an opportunity to purchase a special bundle. There was 2 we could choose from, and I chose this flower one called Impressions Abloom, and I'll show you that in a minute. And we could they had some cards that we could make. They had a little pamphlet and ideas for us for cards and all that good stuff. And we could also make 2 scrapbook pages. Well, I don't know. I didn't want to make the cards. I wanted to just play with the inks. And plus we knew we couldn't get cloud cover, but they had it there that we could use. So anyway, Lori decided that she just wanted to play with the stamps and create a pretty piece of paper. So they gave us 12 by 12 white paper, and that's what I did. I just stamped the flower images all over my paper and made this beautiful piece of my own designer paper, so to speak. So I just think it's really pretty, and we're going to have a play with creating your own paper tonight. All right. So the other one I did was with the some of the other colors. So this was Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling. I did throw in some Granny Apple Green because that was on our table for the leaves. And then the cloud cover, the little dots here for the cloud cover. Then on this one, I used the cloud cover, the Secret Sea, Timid Tiger, and Darling Duckling, and then my greens, the greens that were available there. So I just thought it was really fun to do that, and I love making my own paper. So I'm going to just show you really quickly a sampling of how to just stamp randomly on your paper, or you can do something more structured or organized, so to speak. So these are my my scattered ones where I just filled in a whole piece of 12 by 12 paper. This one I've cut down to 8.5 by 11 because I'm going to do something with this one tonight. But I'm also going to show you just kind of quickly how to take a piece of, oops, I need 8.5 by 11. A piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Yep, that's one piece. And I've already got my stamps on blocks. There they all are. I think Cheryl commented on this one night. You put all your stamps on a different block. Well, because I wanted to use so many of them tonight, that was necessary. So this is the stamp set I'm going to use. This was what I chose for on stage. There was this one and there was a turtle one, which I didn't really care for, to be honest, but I love this one. I love flowers. So this is the one I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with strawberry slush. This is just going to be kind of random, but just to show you what I had in mind. All right, so I'm going to take my biggest flower. When I do this kind of stamping, and I can't think of what it's called. I've heard people call it something, and I don't remember what that was. I like to start with my bigger stamp and work down to these smaller stamps. So with this one that's going to create more of an outline image, I'm going to use that full strength. So I'm just going to do some, and this kind of looks like a pattern, but I'm going to go off here in a second. I'll turn my paper because I'm kind of running out of space. So you can do this as much. You can go off your paper and just do some random stamping. Now, I did wash my chamois. Got them nice and clean because I knew I was going to make an inky mess tonight. I'm going to use a lot of ink. So that's it with the outline image. Now I'm going to use the inside image, the solid, to fill in my flower. So now I want to stamp off. And there is sort of you want to line this up because there is a leaf that's a little longer and more narrow, or a petal, I should say. So you want to have some good paper here. Let's see, where are you going there? Well, we're just going to do that. That's just the edge one, so I don't really care. I'm going to line that up. Sometimes I forget to stamp off, so it might happen. Oh, already did that one. So you kind of get the gist of where I'm going with this, with the stamping off. And I should be using my piercing mat because it is a photopolymer stamp. I might have to pull out my piercing mat here in a second, but it seems to be doing pretty good right now. I've used these stamps quite a bit, so they're pretty well seasoned. And I just have this little one down here, and we'll do that. So there's my strawberry slush. Clean that off. Now I'm going to go to the next size flower, which is kind of a daisy looking. So I'm going to do that with Timid Tiger. And I want the outline first. Now, if you really wanted to do, there's one that goes down through here and across the center, kind of in a T shape. Then you can cut it into 4 panels and just put it on your card. But I'm doing a very random sort of pattern. And I think that's good. You can always go back and fill in if you haven't quite got them filled in as well as you would like. You can always go back and fill them in. And again, we kind of need to find how this one's going to go. And I think, just takes me a second here. Wait, 3. We've got 3. Nope. Maybe these 3. There we go. Now I found it. So I tried to keep, whoop, see, I almost did it. I try to keep, when I'm stamping the outline image, keep it in the same direction. It's a little easier when you go in to do the second generation stamping. So this is also called two-step stamping, because you've got your outline and you have your filler. Hey Susan, how are you? Thank you for popping on. We are playing with the new In Colors, making some pretty paper. Except I've got that going. There we go. Let's see. Just got some down here. We're just going to random stamp those. And this one. There we go. All right, so now we've got our Timid Tiger. Now we're going to go to the next smaller one. Oh, close that up. Whew. And this will be Secret C. I'm not sure how I'm going to like that. I wish I had my... Oh, what the heck. We're just going to play with it. We're just playing, right? So we're going to do Secret C. This is very dark. Like a dark sea. Speaking of the sea, 1 week from today, we head to cruise land. Yay! And let's put one there. Okay. Stamp that, clear that off, put that away. Boy, I'm glad I was smart enough to put these all on blocks, making my life so much easier. And then again, let's stamp off. Do these, you're getting the idea. Didn't line that up very good, did I? Okay. Oops. Whew, this one is dark, but it's so pretty. It's such a just very, very deep, rich color. Absolutely love this Secret C. I'm anxious to do a whole lot more with it because it's so pretty. All right, wipe that one off. Now I'm going to use Darling Duckling to fill in the centers. So you get the idea of what you can do here. I just wanted to give you the gist of making your own paper. It's so much fun. And also, if you wanted to put some words on here, that would be fun. Do I have, oh, there's a little one here. And a little bit there. And a little bit right there. Okay. So we've got that. Oops, I need my smaller circle. And we're going to fill in these. Does anyone know what they call this? It just seems like I've heard other people call this process something. And I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. So I call it making my own DSP, but I don't know. Maybe I'm confused. That could happen because that happens often. All right, I'm going to close these up. And then what might be kind of fun, let me, oh, there's leaves also. I'm not going to do the leaves, but I'm going to just show you. Let's say you were making you wanted a thank you card. I'm just going to do a little something just to kind of show you here. I'm going to take these off. I'm going to use these blocks. I have thanks and for being there. So we were making, if you were going to make some you needed a stack of thank you cards. I'm just getting that conditioned a little bit. And I want to do it in a different color. So I'm going to grab, I would put green leaves, and let's do, you know what? I'm just going to do black words, Memento, black ink. So you could just go through and do some thanks. Maybe like that. And then for being there. Let's see. Sorry. So anyway, you kind of get the idea. And then what you can do, you would just cut this because it's 8.5 by 11. I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Because I put words on it, you might want to be a little more strategic, but then I can cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. And if I just had this little card base here, I could put that on there. I've made a very quick card. I got a stack of 4 I could do. Add a little bit of ribbon, a couple embellishments. So you kind of get the idea of what you could do with that, right? Very simple, making the 4 by 5 1/4 inch panels for your basic card fronts. But now I'm going to do one that's a little more, got a lot more cutting to it, using a piece of 8.5 by 11. And I found this template on Pinterest from another demonstrator, and I just really liked what she came up with. It was pretty simple. So we're going to do a set of cards using that piece of paper that I already had stamped that's 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to cut it down according to this template that I found. So what she did was the first cut, so the 8.5 inch side is up here, and I can share the template with you. I'll give you the information on it if you want it. I can share that with you. Like I said, I found it on Pinterest. It might have even been Frenchy Portrait. Anyway, I'll get the information. So the first cut she did, 8.5 at the top. We're going to cut at 4.5 inches. Then I'm going to put this smaller piece over here for just a second while I cut this down. So this is 4.5. Digital paper. Digital paper. Nope, I don't think it's called digital paper. And then I'm going to, so I turned this now, the 11-inch side is at the top, and I'm going to cut it at 4.5. So now I've got a piece that's 4.5 by 4.5 inch square. Then my next piece I'm going to cut at 3.5 inches. So that's going to be 3.5 by 4.5. And then the last piece is 3 inches long, and I'm going to cut this panel into 1.5 inch strips. So I'm going to have 3 pieces at 1.5 inches. And I want to keep those in order because that's going to go on a card front. So this 4.5 by 4.5 inch piece, I'm going to keep up here for a second. This one is going into card number 1, and I have these all figured out, so that's why I'm saying that. I want to put them in the right card order, so I'm going to pop that in there. This one is going in card number 4. I think that was this one. Yep. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put that under there, and you're going to see them all in a second. All right, so then we still have this 4-inch by 11-inch piece of paper. And this is 4 inches wide, and we're going to cut it at 4 inches long. So we've got a 4 by 4 piece. This is going in card number 5. Then the next piece is 4 inches wide by 5 1/4. So that's really our standard card front, 4 by 5 1/4. And that is going into card base number 2. 1, 2. And then the last one is this piece, which is 1 3/4 inch, 1 3/4 inch by 4. And that is going into card number 3. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Now, this one that I have that's 4 1/2 by 4 1/2, she cut that point to point. And I'm not sure if I'm going to make this card because this one was a little more detailed, but I might cut it and do it later. So there was this one too. So I'm going to hold that off to the side because I've got to decide what I'm going to do with that. All right. So here we go. We have 8 1/2 inch piece of paper, 8 1/2 by 11. We've cut it all down. Like I said, I can get the template for you. I just wrote it on my little scratch pad for my reference, but I can give you the nicer template that was online. So we've got this. We have our piece that is 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. And I cut a piece of the Secret Sea cardstock to 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. So 3 3/8 by 4 3/8. And we're just going to put that on the front. And then I cut another piece of Secret Sea at 2 1/8 by 3 5/8. And I've got a white piece of 2 by 3 that's going to go on the front. And that might be a little too big, so I might be cutting that down. But I'm going to use this. I'm going by her template, but I think that's a little too big for me because it's covering up some of my paper. So I might do something a little different. And my trimmer left some little ragged edges. So what I'm trying to show you is that maybe you don't have a lot of pretty paper, but you've got ink and you've got stamps and some cardstock, and you can make your own. You can do your own prettiness. So we could either do it that way, we could do it this way. I really want to show off that flower, that one there. So I might do it this way. And then put my little sentiment banner across here, but I'm going to narrow that down because that's way too big for me. All right, so I'm just going to adhere this. And then also, if you really wanted to jazz it up, after you get things cut, you could do some embossing. I mean, you could do a lot of things, but I'm just showing you the simple version of making your paper and then doing up some quick cards. So with this 8 1/2 up by 11, I've got 5 we're going to do, and there are 2 more with that other panel. But I almost think I think she did 7. I think I've got 5, and she did 7 cards. So we're going to do that. I really wish I had the in color ribbon, but we're going to make the best of it. I've probably got other things we can use. And like I said, that's just way too wide for me. So I'm going to cut this down. This was 2 1/8, but I'm going to do like 1 1/4. Yes, I'm going to put that on there. So that's 1 1/4 by 3 5/8. So I'm going to do this at 1 1/8 because it was 1 1/4. So I'm going to do 1 1/8 by 3 1/2, and that's already happens to be at 3 1/2. Excellent. So we're going to do that. Put that across there, and I think that's going to be really pretty. Again, these are very simple cards, nothing super difficult, but yeah. Let's put that down. So how many of you have done this before where you've stamped on your paper too pretty to cover all that up? Oh, I know. Aren't the color, I mean, seriously. That was just so fun to do that. It was so random, wasn't it, Lisa? We were all kind of like, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with the paper and ink? And I'm like, I'm just playing. I'm just stamping. Lori gone wild or something down there. All right. And then I think I'm going to stamp I appreciate you. And we need a block. With your photopolymer stamps, it's always a good idea to kind of lay them down. They're very flexible. So if you lay it down on your paper and then pick it up on your block, and I thought I had adhered that, and I'd rather stamp on it before I adhere it. So I'm going to use Secret C because I want to bring that out. Oh, man, I love this. I'm going to do that, and then let's stamp the little flower on there. Put these stamps away so I don't lose them. Let's just stamp a little bit of the flower in the Timid Tiger. Just to get some of the color on there. This is just so fun to do. And then, oh, new ink pads. They're a little stiff. They need to be worked out. And then we'll put the Darling Duckling on there. Cute. Now, I'll tell you, some people were saying when we first started stamping with this Darling Duckling, they were like, oh, I don't know about that color. That's not really yellow. To me, when we were stamping it down there, I felt like it was, had a little bit of wild wheat in it, like that little bit of that wild wheat color with a yellow. So we'll see as we, oh my gosh, I've got things going everywhere here. Not very organized. But it's definitely more yellow than wild wheat. But it's not a bright yellow. It's just really, really pretty. I really like it. So isn't that cute? How simple was that? I mean, seriously, you guys. Let's poke up a couple. Oh, and the other thing I did on this, I didn't bring it up, was I did a little splatter. I think we're going to use the cloud cover. So we had some water painters, and I just dipped my water painter in a little bit of ink and then splattered it on my paper. I didn't point that out to you. So if you can see the little bit of splatter there. So there's card number 1. And you could add some ribbon. You could do some more things to really zhuzh it up. But I'm going to keep it pretty simple with just the paper and a few of the little embellishments. This one is super simple. So I think this one we're probably going to need to add some ribbon. So let me see what I have here. I think I have, or had, I should have here. Well, that's retired. But well, I'm not sure. I don't know if this is retired or not, but we're going to use it. It has a bow in it. I must have been playing one time, and I have this well, you know what? Maybe we just need to leave the bow. Maybe that was meant to be. And we're going to tie that over here. Well, what the heck? Yeah. That's what we're doing. I'm going to cut this off. Maybe. So this is called bordered ribbon. Oh, it was in the annual catalog. I think it carried over. It's kind of a misty moonlight or navy or something. I've got just a little bit of it left, so we're just going to use it. It's not Secret Sea, but it's blue, and it's going to work. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to do a little trick with ribbon. Let's say you're trying to either be frugal or you just don't have a lot of a piece of ribbon, but you really want to use it. Put a couple little slips of your adhesive on the back. Tuck that little end right there. Wrap it around and tuck this end over here. Now you've saved yourself a couple inches of ribbon, and we've got a little knot right there. So that's pretty awesome. And then we're just going to lay that down on our card front. Super. 2 seconds, because we've already made our beautiful paper. Let's attach that, and I'm using Granny Apple Green because I really wanted to bring out some of the green that I did of the leaves. So I really like that. I also have a bunch of white labels that I already had punched out, and I think we will use, that's not very even. Guess it's okay. Hey Cheryl, thanks for popping in. Let's see what one we want to use here. That covers up my ribbon. I think we're going to use this little circle. And let's stamp that thanks on there. I think it'll fit. Yep. Okay. Let's take a block. And I better clean that off because I think I want to bring out the Timid Tiger, the orange color. Let's stamp the thanks. There we go. Pop that up with some dimensionals. It's all about stamps, ink, and paper tonight, and just a little bit of embellishing. There we go. And let's pop on some of these beautiful gems. And we've got the Darling Duckling, and let's use Secret Sea. There we go. Card number 2. And of course we would do the inside. I would put a white piece inside, and you can either stamp something, you could stamp some more of your flowers to bring them to the inside. So we've got card number 2. Let's go to number 3. Now I am casing kind of how the person did her card, so that's helping me also, because I have a little template in mind of how she did it, and I am following that, which is super, super helpful. Joys of casing another person's work, and just tweaking it a little bit to make it your own, and giving credit where credit is due. I sometimes can come up with my own ideas. I like to get inspiration from a photo, maybe of someone else's work, and then I can take it from there and make it my own. But I love it when I come up with something and think, oh my gosh, that is so pretty. But I give people a lot of credit that can just sit and design something in the flash of what seems like no time at all. I think we all have different ways that our brains work, our creativity in our brains. All right, so, oh, look at that. I stamped right on my little name there, my link. Now we're going to stamp on this white piece. So this strip was the 1 3/4 by 4. And then I just cut a piece of cardstock, which is 4 by 3.5. And then this is 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. And that's going to go right there. But first I want to stamp on it. So I did bring out another set of stamps, which I absolutely love. This is called With You in Mind. And these are some nice big fonts on here. This is $1 Million Stamp Set by Julie Davidson. I almost think this is in the catalog. It's carrying over in the catalog, I'm pretty sure. So because this is a nice big piece of paper, I'm going to do this happy birthday, and let's put some, oh, you know what? Because we've got the flowers, let's do, sorry, we're not going to do happy birthday. Let's do best wishes and the little flowers. Flower and the stem. Just because that kind of, it goes more with our images right here. And actually, I think I'm going to use the flowers that I've got right here instead of these. I might use this leaf though, because I really like that little leaf. That's cute. I'm just going to put that on there so I don't lose it. So we're going to use the stamps that are with the Bloom Impressions. Where did my other little, oh, there it is. My other little flower. I thought I lost it. All right, so best wishes. I am going to do using block. I want to do the flowers in that. So best wishes, I will do using Secret C. I guess I could have done birthday with the flowers, but birthday I would want to use the cupcakes, right? We could have mixed flowers and cupcakes. Nothing wrong with that. And then let's do the little flowers with Timid Tiger. I'm going to do 2 of those. And then I'm going to grab another flower. That. I think I want to use this one. Three of those. Thanks for hanging in with me, guys. I know this is kind of a lot that we're doing, but it's oh so fun. And I just wanted you to see how easy it really can be to just create some quick and simple cards with your stamps, ink, and paper. And let's just do the centers with Darling Duckling. Oops, that really should have been the smaller circle, but that's okay. And we probably ought to do a couple leaves, and I liked that little leaf, and I'm going to grab that Granny Apple Green to bring out the green from my paper and my leaves here. And let's see here. Be like that. And one over there. There we go. That's good. Linda. Nope, I'm still live. If you're on here right now, you're seeing me live. And thank you for being here. Whether you're live or a replay, it's all good. I just love having people here and watching and commenting. I will be sharing this video over to YouTube, either tonight or tomorrow. So after 30 days, it gets deleted from Facebook, but it will be over on YouTube as well. And I'll post the link for that in the comments after I get it posted to YouTube. All right, so we have that. I really like that. I'm glad I carried over the paper down into this down below. I just think that's kind of cute. And we could add some ribbon, but I think we're just going to add embellishments again. Those three. Maybe we could, no, I think I'm just going to leave it like that. I kind of like it. I'm trying to keep it simple. So I think that's really cute. So there's card number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 2 more to go, guys. All right, so this one is Cloud Cover is my card base. I've got a piece of Secret Sea, which is, find my ruler, and this is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4, and then I have those 3 panels, and I've messed them up, so now I need to get them back in order. Oh no, I didn't. Here they go, just like that. Whoop, yeah, but I think this one goes here, and then this one goes here. There we go. So they're going to go like that. So just a tiny little bit of the Secret Sea peeking through. And again, I got little fuzzies on here, and that just drives me. I don't like that. It makes me feel like the card is not, just doesn't look crisp and clean when you have those rough edges. So I try to take care of those. I did turn my blade around after I did all the cutting. Thanks, Lisa. I wish I could take the credit for it. The layouts I'm keeping pretty much, I might have made a little bit of switch, but pretty much like what I found on that template for the cutting. I think she might have done just a little different than I am for her actual layouts, but pretty close. I like this one with the little strips. The little panels, I should say. That's really cute. I'm thinking this needs even more a little bit color to pop it up. So I think I'm going to put a piece of maybe the Timid Tiger underneath there. Let me grab a piece of paper. And I said this is what? Whoop! 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. So how about 3 1/4? So 3 3/8 by 4 7/8. Is that right? Yep. Yeah, I think with the orange, with the Timid Tiger, just to kind of pop it up. We might even have to do, just feels like the blue, like the cloud cover needs a little something underneath there. Maybe, I wish we had cloud cover ink, because I would love to do tone on tone. But I think what I'm going to do is, oh, see, stacked these two stamps on each other, and they are new and they are sticky. That really caught my block. I might do the Secret Sea, stamp that some of these flowers on there, just because I feel like it needs a little something. I hope I won't regret this, but we're just going to do it. I might even just leave it like that and not stamp the interior. Let me see if I like that. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Makes it a little busy, but that's okay. We're going to just go with it. Okay, so we're going to adhere this one. On here. Probably should have stamped off, but that's okay. We're just going with it. We're gonna raise this up on dimensionals. What have you all been up to? What's everybody doing? What are you working on right now? Are you crafting? Are you making Easter cards? I have not made one single Easter card. I think I want to put some ribbon on this. Nope, haven't made an Easter card. Probably should. What have I got here? What am I doing? I don't know. I've got this woven ribbon, white woven ribbon. I think we're going to tie, oh, hold on. We're going to do something to this woven ribbon. Hold on. Let's see here. What do I have? Was there a splatter? No. Maybe this little, where did it go? All right, just looking for something here. Hold on. Misplaced something. Where did I put that little flower? Huh. Not there. Not there. Okay, well, I'm not going to keep searching. We're just going to go with white. Never mind. White will be fine. High chair banner for coworker. Her son turned. Aww. That's cute, Cheryl. Be sure you share that. How adorable. Did you get, oh no, we couldn't order that yet. I was going to ask if you had, see, I've already got my dimensionals on here, so it's trying to stick. So I'm going to get my silicone mat out and just put that right there. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Yes. Yes, I forgot about that. Thank you. I forgot I could do that. See, thanks, guys. Yes, yes, yes. I can color it with my Cloud Cover Stampin' Right marker. Ouch. There we go. That's what I need. I just needed a little bit of color. So if you have ribbon that's not the color that you want, take your markers and color your ribbon. Thank you for the reminder, Lisa. And yeah, it's going to use up some ink, but that's okay. I can order more, right? Can't wait till we can get the marker or the ribbons and stuff. Super anxious for that. Okay, that's good. Yay! There, that made me happier. And I think I'm going to do that little cheat again. And it does get on your fingers because it's wet. But it'll come off. I'm going to do this. That there. That there. There we go. Now that makes me happy. Look, now I have cloud cover ribbon. That's why we need our friends. Help us along and remind us sometimes. And I'm going to put this over the little fake bow, the little faux bow, over on this side because I got my cloud cover flower there. So I'm going to put it over on this side. So isn't that cool? So if you do this little faux bow, you can strap your piece of ribbon around and then take a little strip and just tie a knot in it, and it looks like you've, you know, that it all just goes together, but it is two separate little pieces. And sometimes that comes in really handy to make something just lay real nicely there. All right, so let's grab one of these. And again, that's just a little too big. I need a little smaller sentiment piece. And I don't really have one there, and that's big. Let's see here. All my label things are pretty good size. I might just stamp on a piece of paper and be good with it. How about, these are really big. Let me find something. Hold on. Let's see. You are remarkable. Just trying to find a quick sentiment. Never easy for Lori. Because there's way too many to choose from. How about Yay, So Happy For You? I like that one. I've used it a lot, as you can see. We're going to use that. I got a lot of stamps to take care of. Holy moly. And we're going to stamp this in, how about something different? Let's stamp it in the Darling Duckling. And I need a little scrap piece of white here. Let's find a little piece of white. There. See that yellow? I don't know how well you can see that Darling Duckling, but it does take on kind of a different little color. And I'm just going to use this little circle punch and pop that right up there. And then we just have one more. Oh, ephemera. Yes, I have lots of ephemera with the words. Yes, you're right. There we go. Put a couple embellishments on there. I feel bad we haven't used Strawberry Slush, but I didn't use it on this piece of paper, so I'll have to bring that out. I'll have to use that on some other cards. Get that Strawberry Slush going. So there you go, number 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we have number 5. Last one we're going to do tonight. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Oh, and I forgot to announce my winner of Prize Patrol from last week, or a couple weeks ago, because I didn't do a live last week, and I apologize. I had family visiting, and I had good intentions, but I just couldn't squeeze it in. So anyway, my last video I did using the Mixed Florals bundle with the cards, the Memories and More cards and the paper and stuff. My winner was Cheryl Moore, and Cheryl, you were on here. So I will bring this Sunday when we see you at our little team stamping fun time. Okay, I'll have that with me. But anyway, thank you, Cheryl, for watching and commenting. You won that. So this one, we have one last piece of the Designer Series paper, and I'm going to do it this way. So this is I think it's 4.5 by 4.5. Nope, 4 by 4. The square is 4 by 4. And you're welcome. So I have a little something for you, Cheryl. So let's put this on here. I'm using Darling Duckling as my background. Then I've got a piece of the Secret Sea over here, and I'm going to stamp a sentiment. And look at, I have that piece of white, which I think is going to work. And there is a stamp set that has a happy birthday that goes vertical instead of horizontal. And I don't know that I have ever used it, but I'm going to try to find it. I came across it. Now I won't find it because I want to use it. Where the heck, what stamp set was that in? I probably took it out of my stash. Let me just look real quick. I'm looking, sorry. My head is in my shelving. Oh my gosh. Where was that? Does anybody know there was a happy birthday, and it goes this way? Oh, I just saw it not long ago. Huh. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Darn. Darn. Huh. So, what I might use is I just happen to see this leaf. Oh, I've got one cut out too. Now I want to stamp. Now, what do I do? Hold on. I'm working on it. We need more vertical stamps. We need more that go up and down. Don't you agree? Long, narrow stamps. Oh, here we go. Look, you are remarkable. Friends are flowers in the garden of life. That's a narrow one. Let's see. Is it in So Sincere? Oh, you might be right, Barb. Let me look. So Sincere. So Sincere. I have So Sincere. Where is it? Oh. I think it's in... Hold on. I'll be right back. Thank you, Barb. You win. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yep, I had this in for this weekend to take to our little team stamping. Although I really love this Friends, but I think this one's going to work perfectly. So we're just going to do this happy birthday. But yes, we need more of these narrow little stamps. Vertical. Vertical, vertical, vertical. All right, let's use Timid Tiger. What the heck? Yay! And we're going to pop that on there. Super simple, but I think I want to put, let's put a little strip of Timid Tiger underneath there just to really make that pop up. Man, have I got a mess tonight. Holy camole. You should see my work area. It's a total disaster zone. This is about 7/8, so let's do 1 1/8. It might be a little too much, so let's just do 1. This is how I operate. Cut, trim, what is it? Measure twice, cut once. Beautiful. And then we're going to cut right there. Have never seen more vertical stamps, Linda. And we don't have a lot of them, that's for sure. Every once in a while there's random. But then I did think about in that stamp set, You Are Remarkable, those sentiments are more vertical and they're not real wide. There we go. I like that. Okay, so let's layer this up. And then we're going to call it a night. I do have that other piece of paper, that 4.5 by 4.5 that I cut at an angle, a diagonal, and I'll have to play with that and come up with some ideas with that one. She did a lot of other cutting. I remember seeing the card and it was cut a lot of different ways, and I didn't want to mess with that. So I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals as well. I'm not kidding you guys. I have so many stamp sets out here right now and a mess. I'm going to be half of tomorrow picking this all up because I definitely won't do it tonight. Years ago, we had a set that was all vertical. Oh, yeah, we just need more. Whoops, almost put my happy birthday on upside down. We just need more of that, in my little humble opinion. All right, and let's pop some pretty gems on there. Little that one and that one. Excuse me. Let's put you right there, and let's do Darling Duckling, and we'll put you right over there. Cute. All right. So keep stressing, super simple, stamps, ink and paper, a couple little embellishments. One card has, well, 2 cards. I guess I did put a little bit of ribbon on, but just went from that stamped piece of paper on my own. This is 12 by 12, but I cut my other one down, was 12 by 12 as well, but I cut it down to 8.5 by 11 because I liked the layout she did. But you can find these templates for a lot of, for the 6 by 6 designer paper, but I mean, and you could make your own. Just cut up your paper and make your own template for your cards. This one might need a little ribbon down here. I might have to do a little something extra on that one, but yeah. So we made 5 cards relatively quickly with that piece of designer series paper that I stamped and created using the new In Colors. Aren't they beautiful? That's more than the 3 embellishments. You're confusing me. Hey, every once in a while, I get wild, Terry, and I did 5. But you want odd numbers. You know, I'm sure your sister has drilled that into your head. But typically 3. Once in a while, I get crazy, and I might do 5. So thank you so much, you guys, for being here, for hanging in with me while we made this pretty paper and these fun 5 cards. And I not sure. I'm not going to commit to next week being live. I may try to do a pre-recorded video to have for you because I will be leaving for vacation. So I'll try to have some things that are going to pop up for you, and as I am available, I may at least do some posting, but there probably will not be a Facebook Live for 2 weeks. Okay? So, yeah, it's almost May. Just think, you get to shop the new catalog on May 5th. Woo, 6th, excuse me, the 6th. Tuesday the 6th, I believe, is when the new catalog goes live. So I will get those out before I leave. But in the meantime, if you have any questions or anything, you need to get a hold of me, please do reach out to me by messenger or text me or call me. I would love to hear from you. So take care, you guys, and I'll be back with you very soon. Enjoy and happy crafting. Bye-bye.